Hey YouTube, it's Earl, and it's time for, well, a top 5 non-aromatic tobaccos beginner pipe smokers should try video. But hey, look at the snow. That's unusual. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so like I said, welcome to a kind of wintry edition of the show. It's been snowing for about 5 hours. Very unusual for North Louisiana for us to get snow. We get about once every 3 years. So anyway, it's been going for about 5 hours, which should continue for another 5. But tonight, what I want to do outside of the snow is to present to you 5 non-aromatic tobaccos that I think beginner pipe smokers should try. Okay, so that's 5 non-aromatic pipe tobaccos. And before we go any further, if you're new to pipe smoking, I'd encourage you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. I try to do a lot of educational content. I do a lot of tobacco reviews, but I try and pump that full of information for those who may not be lifelong pipe smokers. So this is really kind of geared towards people who are new or kind of maybe moderate level pipe smokers. So with that being said, here are 5 tobaccos that I think beginners need to try. They're not in any particular order, although I will finish with my favorite and most recommended. And before I dive into the list too quickly, one of the things that you need to know is these are heavily, 4 out of the 5 are English blend tobaccos. And so first, I love English blends, so you need to know that. I'm a little biased, and that's probably why it got that way. But the second thing that you need to know is that I do have a good reason other than I love Latakia for why I'm recommending English blends for you to try. The main one being because of Latakia. So let me take one step back and define an English blend. An English blend is, and there are a lot of variations on it, but the basics is it needs to be Virginia tobacco and Latakia. Most of the time it also has some sort of other oriental component, but it can be as simple as just Virginias and Latakia. There's a lot of variations. There's a lot of different things that can go in it. Big variations on themes there, but those are the 2 main components. I'd even say that the English blend category is probably bigger than that, but for most people, it's a Virginia-based blend with Latakia added to it, and either Orientals, Perique, or any other kind of dark-fired, whatever you want to add into it, Burleys, but base of Virginia with Latakia, English blend. And I just love them because I love Latakia. Anyway, okay. So not only do I like the flavor of English tobaccos, but there's an additional reason why, and it's not just because they're big in flavor. The other big reason why I would recommend English blends to a new pipe smoker is because Latakia tends to slow down the burn and cool the burn of pipe tobacco. Because it's a slow burning tobacco and because it has a tendency to make that pipe smoke a little bit cooler, it's going to be friendlier to your tongue, and it's going to help you learn good habits. Or actually, it's going to help you, while you have your bad habits, not to get out of the pipe smoking hobby to begin with. Because it does take time to learn how to smoke a pipe. And English blends help you figure that out because they're very tolerant of smoking too fast or smoking too slow or packing it too tight. Because of Latakia's nature to have a nice cool burn, it can help in a lot of those areas. Packing your pipe, I said maybe if you pack it too tight, there's not much that can help packing a pipe too tight, other than this is not going to give you grave tongue bite if you go too hard on an English blend. They can bite you, but they're not going to just destroy your tongue. So those are the two main reasons. Number one, I love the flavor. Number two, they have big, bold flavors. Number three, because of the cool smoking nature of Latakia, it tends to save your tongue while you're learning how to smoke a pipe. So let's dive in. These are in no particular order. Again, other than what is my favorite is what I'm saving to the end. So, or most recommended, not necessarily favorite. So the first one I'm going to tell you, hey, go with an oldie but a goodie. This is Peterson Standard Mixture. Now, Peterson Standard Mixture is a recreation of Dunhill's Standard Mixture. It's the same recipe. I don't know how long Dunhill's Standard Mixture was in production, but for a very, very long time, probably longer than 75 or 80 years, maybe even 100 years. I'm not quite sure, but it is just your good old, if this will focus, just a good old English blend. It's got, here, I'll read the tin description for you, and I've got a review on it, but it says, a balanced blend of Latakia, Orient, and Virginia tobaccos. The roasted mixture creates fine, rich flavor. To me, this is kind of the essence of what English mixture is. It's kind of the baseline. So it's got a little bit of tanginess from the Virginias. It's got that powerful, lovely incensey, yet smoky, leathery, tobacco-y flavor coming from the Latakia. And then it's got a little spice there from the Oriental tobaccos. Now, again, a variation on the theme. It's still a very much a English blend, but it's lighter. It's meant to be enjoyed in the morning, and that's Peterson's Early Morning Pipe. Now, this means it's more heavily Virginia tobacco. It does have Orientals in there, and then they press it and steam it, and then and they've added just a little bit of Latakia in there. So it's not quite as maybe full as Standard Mixture, but it's heavier on the Virginia. It's a good light English mixture, in my opinion. All right, so Early Morning Pipe, and again, this is old school Dunhill that Peterson bought the rights to, or actually STG, which owns the Peterson pipe tobacco brands, bought the rights to the recipes and the artwork of Dunhill pipe tobacco brands, and began to produce them. So again, it's a very old but good blend, and it's good. It's just a good light English blend. So try that one out. Next one is, and this could be one of my favorites, is just overall on everything, is Savinelli doblone d'oro. I think I said that right, doblone d'oro. And it is, this is not an English blend, okay? So this is a blend that McBaron makes for Savinelli. Does it have any description on here? Let me see. The choicest Virginias, Burleys, and dark-fired Kenyan leaf are enhanced with an impeccable addition of spicy perique, then aged to perfection before being spun into enticingly beautiful, zesty coins. Savinelli's doblone d'oro is a delightfully vivacious, flavorful smoke. And I will agree with that. So I came as a cigar smoker into the pipe smoking world, and that's probably why I've gravitated towards Virginia blends, as they are heavier, or not Virginia blends, they English blends, because they are full-bodied, full-flavored blends. And this is a Virginia base without Latakia, but it's got dark fired, and it's got some burley and some perique. And I find that the way that they've done this blend, and they cut it into coins, but it's still kind of messy coins, is just excellent. It's just a wonderful, wonderful blend. It's got a cigar-like quality, like it says, a little bit of zestiness, a little bit of savoriness from that dark-fired Kenyan. It's a good blend. While we're talking, let me relight my pipe. I am smoking my pipe for tonight. Let's do this. See if it'll focus. It is a Savinelli 315 Prince. It's their 2019 St. Nicholas, I believe, maybe 2018. Okay. So that's 3. The next one, I feel like I gave you the other 3, and for the most part, those are pretty easy to prepare. So this one might be a little bit more complicated for a new pipe smoker, but not much. Okay, this is, well, is it focused? Quiet Nights. Quiet Nights is, it is an English blend. It's a flake tobacco, okay? So let me read you the tin description, maybe it'll help. Rich, deep, contemplative. Yeah, that's the right word. Ripe, red Virginias, fine Oriental, smoky Cypress Latakia, and a pinch of Acadian Perique are pressed and matured in cakes before being sliced. The sophisticated flavors and exotic aroma provide a wonderful backdrop for quiet moments of reflection, a good book, and if you are so inclined, perhaps a wee dram. So Quiet Nights is a rather full flavored English blend. So it's got Virginias, it's got Latakia, and but this is a rather interesting blend. I like it a lot. My only reason it's not in my top spot to tell you, because I probably am storing up more Quiet Nights than any other English blend that I have. But my only reason for not saying that's the one I would recommend the most to a new pipe smoker who's looking to smoke something other than aromatics is because it is in flake form. They're relatively broken flakes, but that means it takes some extra time to prepare. So if you're new to pipe smoking, a flake tobacco, the easiest way to prepare is you take it in your hand, right? You put it and you ball it up and you just rub it out until it becomes basically ribbons. It won't be perfect ribbons, but it'll be pretty close. And then you put that in your pipe and you smoke it. So this brings me to my 5th and final one. This one, the reason it is, I think, my most recommended is, I think there's two main reasons. One, I think it fits very much kind of in that same category of standard mixture, is that this is what an English blend is supposed to be. And the second one, and the reason why it's not here with Quiet Nights, although Quiet Nights is a wonderful blend, the reason I recommend it the most is this is a ribbon cut. And this is GLP's Westminster. Okay, so what you need to know about this one, GLP's, he's a lovely blender. I think I love all of his tobaccos. But the biggest thing here is that he used to love London Mixture by Dunhill. And then Dunhill was making it for a long time. Then they shipped it off to Murray's. And then Murray's, they stopped having Murray's do it, and they sent it off to STG for them to make London Mixture. London Mixture is no longer in production, by the way. But he loved the original Dunhill version, found that the Murray's version was okay, didn't really care for the STG version of it, even though it's technically supposed to be the same recipes and everything. But so he went about and tried to recreate London Mixture, meaning he even got old samples, dissected the leaves themselves to try and figure out kind of the ratios of proponents of different tobaccos, and felt like he got to a point where he got pretty close to recreating the London mixture that he loved as a young pipe smoker, and it is Westminster. So in a way, you're kind of able to go back in time to a certain extent with this. Now, those of you I've found, so it seems like I got my hands on some 3-year-old STG London mixture. Lovely pipe tobacco. Absolutely love it. This is the second best thing to actually having the real thing. And it might be just as good, if not better. They're very, very similar in my opinion. But this is, I'll read you the tin description. Westminster, of the very essence of a traditional mixture. Rich, elegant, refined, and exquisitely balanced. New World Red Virginias are enhanced with a gentle caress of bright leaf, then lavishly seasoned with rich oriental tobaccos and generous measures of noble Cyprus mountain latakia. Westminster is a full, satisfying mixture with layers of flavor to delight the senses as it develops in the bowl. A perfect everyday smoke. And that last sentence is the reason why I think it's something that every new pipe smoker should try when you venture out into non-aromatics. Try Westminster, because to me, it is a perfect everyday smoke. It's not something that takes time to prepare. It's easy to just, you can dip your pipe in, you can take it, you can do your 3-pinch method, however you want to prepare your pipe tobacco, or stuff your pipe. Westminster provides that because it's easy, because it's ribbon cut, but it's just a wonderful mixture. So that's one of the reasons why I say, hey, you really should try out these 5 blends, the English blends. They're wonderful. So those are my 5 pipe tobacco blends, non-aromatic pipe tobacco blends that I think if you're a new pipe smoker, you should try.